Hey, what's up guys, it's Unleash here today, and we are back with another video on Sonic Frontiers. And in today's video, we have some new footage and details on Sonic Frontiers from the EGX demo happening in London right now. That's right, even though Sega have banned filming from the demo for some strange reason, even though it's literally the same demo that was showcased like literally everywhere else, even officially on their Sega streams, but Sega be Sega, right? But that won't stop the British. We're getting some footage of that demo. So we have footage of some cyberspace, some music of cyberspace, and some footage of the open zone. So, without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's take a look at the news at hand. Onto Twitter, we Sonic Rush. So we'll begin with the weaker part of the game, cyberspace. We have some new footage of the first Green Hill stage in Sonic Frontiers. But this time, we get to hear the music, so take a listen. Anyway, so my thoughts on the music. I think it's actually quite weird, and not in a bad way, in a good way actually, because with Green Hill Zone, it's usually very cheery music, you know what I mean? With Green Hill in Generations, modern version specifically, you've got all the guitars and the trumpets, a very cheery atmosphere there. Then in Sonic Mania, obviously, you got even more with that. And then even in Forces, even with it not being a remix, they still made it quite cheerful with the synths and everything. But then with Frontiers, the music isn't really cheery at all. Kind of sounds mysterious and quite atmospheric. Which once again is quite weird because it's Green Hill Zone, but it's not cheerful. And honestly, I actually kind of like that. Gives it a whole different vibe to what we're used to. And because once again, it's cyberspace, not regular Green Hill Zone. So for it to have music like this, very like atmospheric, and it does have some lyrics in there too, so that's pretty good. But yeah, overall, I do actually quite like this music. Though I do find it weird how the beat of the song takes 40 seconds to drop. Like, why? This stage is like 50 seconds long. Like, that is such a terrible idea. I mean, I know there are more Green Hill stages in the game, but still, why would you have a beat that takes 40 seconds to drop in a 50-second stage? That doesn't really make any sense, but I mean, they did do the same thing for Forces, right? I mean, Mortal Kind is a 5-minute music track, and the stage itself is barely even 1 minute, so yeah, you can see the Forces DNA a bit here. Right, moving on to the City Escape Night Stage in Sonic Frontiers. And by City Escape, I don't mean the area is actually City Escape, I mean the stage layout is City Escape. And yeah, once again, not really much to say here because it's a reused layout, but I guess it's kind of cool to play that with the boost stage because this is for the adventure formula, not really the boost, so I guess that's kind of cool, and I think they did spice things up a bit with the pathways here. There's a bit more here than SA2, I'm pretty sure, but yeah, it's still quite short, 1 minute if that, but yeah, not much else to say because we don't really hear the music here, so yeah. Right, then let's get away from cyberspace for a bit and go to the open zone. So we have some sort of pseudo 2D section in the open world here. It kind of reminds me of Windmill Isle Act 3 from Sonic Unleashed. You know, that 2D rail stage? Kind of gives me some vibes to that. Only issue here is that the rails don't really carry momentum through the air, meaning that when you jump, you lose all your speed, which can make it a bit annoying to control. At least that's what it looks like to me anyways. I'm talking like as if I've played the game already, which I'm going to be playing it tomorrow, so let's go. But yeah, I don't really mind 2D in the open zone, to be honest with you, especially if it's more like this, because this is kind of a small section, honestly, and yeah, you can kind of just jump off too if you wanted to. So it's not really a proper 2D section, but kind of sort of just there if you want to go to it, I guess. Kind of more like a camera change, I suppose. Make it easier to control. And it's a lot more interesting than just having to rail switch with the bumpers and everything. More jumping instead, which is a bit more interesting, I think. Right, moving on to the time trial missions in the open zone. Now, do you remember that orange beam that was in the overview trailer? Well, this explains what it is now. The orange beam wasn't actually a waypoint, it was actually a time trial destination for it. Because you can see here, when you hit that, what's it called? Hourglass, I think it's called. The orange beam actually starts, and it comes from that triangular thing. But from the person who's actually played this and provided this footage, the person's called Mimi, by the way, they said that they give you 45 seconds to reach the orange beam. And we've just witnessed this person get into it in like 10. Why would you give 45 seconds for a 10-second run? Like, seriously, why? I've noticed that there's barely any challenge in Sonic Frontiers, which I'm not really a fan of. I mean, I know casuals and everything, they gotta adjust to the game, but that's why we have difficulty options, and I do think they should have made these time trials harder, because even with casuals, you can't just baby them the entire way. You do have to actually ramp up the difficulty here and there to actually make them learn and get good at the game. Especially for something like a time trial. Like, time trials are more specifically for getting good and knowing the layout of some sort of stage or an area, and for this specifically, this should have been hard. Like, there's no babying this. Like, come on, a time trial. Like, seriously. Now, I do hope that the time trials get less and less lenient as the game goes on, because, yeah, we need to get good, and babying us with the time trials is not the way to do it. But yeah, in this clip right here with the time trial thing, the drop dash appears to have some momentum while going downhill. Now, in my opinion, I don't think this actually has any momentum, because the speedometer, when it's going downhill with the drop dash, it doesn't really change, like, at all, really. It just go, like, more faster when he goes downhill. It kind of stays at constant speed, so I personally don't think that's momentum right there. But if it is, then I'm not complaining. Right, the last bit of footage is of the blue boost. Now we can see here that when this person actually gets 400 rings from doing the side loop, an exact remake of the movie scene from the first movie, when Sonic gets a lightning strike at the end of the movie, is made here for modern Sonic, and it looks pretty good. But what's even cooler is how fast the blue boost goes. Like, look at that, man. He's zooming around like, my god. This is basically the boost at its full speed now. Maybe on the levels of Generations and Unleashed. Maybe even that. And we can see here that Mimi says, official name is Power Boost. There's a pop-up when you first get it, so it's called the Power Boost then. Not some blue boost like we didn't think that, we're just calling it that for the time being. But yeah, we have some more footage of it right here, and yeah. Look at the speed, man. Just imagine just getting that. It's going through the entire open zone just with that blue boost. Like, that's going to be so much fun. Now we can see right here how OP the side loop is. Like, look at this. Like, this is so easy to get the blue boost thing. I mean, not okay. I'll call it the power boost now, okay? But yeah, by doing this, the power boost is gonna be so easy to get. Like, why does it give you rings every single time? Like, this is what I was afraid of. Stuff like this, because that is too OP. They should have got like capped it or something. Like, if you have like over 100 rings, you can't get more rings from the side loop. They should have done something like that at least. But maybe in a future patch for the game, I don't know. But yeah, even still, the power boost is looking pretty darn cool. Right, for the final detail in today's video, Mimi here says, I really wish I recorded it, but you could actually make it up to the waypoint by running into the bridge while power boosting. Reps either caught on to me, or I just wanted to watch because they washed my ass like a hawk later in the event. Then he links this image right here, so we can see the waypoint right there. So he said you have to boost off the bridge, so what I'm assuming is you maybe, you can see those stairs there, they kind of make some sort of a slope there, so maybe you boost off that with the blue boost, then for the momentum from that, can boost you all the way up there. I think that's what I'm trying to say right here, I'm not too sure, but you have to boost off the bridge in some sort of way, then you can boost all the way to that waypoint right there, and that's pretty insane. Blue boosting and momentum is going to go hand in hand in this game, create some pretty cool skips and everything, so that should be interesting to see. Anyways, that about does it for today's video. So we have the music for the Green Hill cyberspace stage, we saw the full 3D city escape stage, 2D sections in the open zone, then some footage of the power boost with a movie inspired cutscene, which is pretty cool. Now then, tomorrow, I will be heading to EGX myself, so that is going to be pretty hype. I mean, I'm going to vlog the whole thing, which may include a face reveal, wink wink, nudge nudge. But what do you guys think of this news? Do you like the Green Hill music for cyberspace, and what do you think of the power boost? Let me know down below. I'd love to see what you guys have to say. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, especially that last one. Don't forget to become unleashed by hitting that join button down below. And remember, it's not necessary. And I'll see you all next time. Peace!